Trump's decisions and his expressions, the words he's used, tariffs is really a symptom, not the problem in itself. And I think it stems from a combination of problems. Because the offer we've made, he could easily have pocketed it, despite lack of concessions for obvious reasons on agriculture, dairy, and a host of other things, and said this was the best deal India has ever offered the United States. We've opened the market and there's a lot more business we can do. But I think there is a problem of personalities, politics, communications, projections, expectations, and I think a certain structural limitations. The geopolitical space has been structurally shrinking. On top of this, there have been black swan events like the India-Pakistan conflict and a sort of a complete difference on the interpretation of what brought about an end to that conflict. So I think this is an issue that goes beyond tariffs, and it goes into the core of that relationship and engagement and communication. It has a lot to do with the personality of the president, who sees himself as the President Monarch and expects a sort of a tribute, concessions, maybe even capitulations and submissions to show his boundless power on top of the American power. So we have to navigate this through very carefully. I don't think we have the same kind of levers that China has in trade negotiations with the United States. And therefore, I would say at this point, retaliatory tariffs may seem politically strong domestically, but it may not necessarily serve any objective in resolving this entire situation.
Just a final question, then you mentioned China. If the tariffs remain for India, and as he says that he may actually slap additional tariffs on or penalties on India for buying oil, shouldn't that apply to China, as that China is, of course, the biggest buyer of oil?
I don't think there is any fairness in international relations, and particularly now when he has dismantled the international order, which is based on laws, norms, mechanisms, agreements, commitments, and guarantees. So it's essentially he's using. He finds international frameworks fetters on American power. And I think he wants to use the pure coercive ability of asymmetric American power to deal with everybody differently.